G'day everyone, welcome to the vast, wild and wonderfully weird Australian outback. Welcome to another episode of Last Week Tonight, where we dive deep into the weird, wacky and downright ridiculous side of history. Today we have a story so bizarre it could only come from the land down under. Today we're talking about a war so absurd you'd swear we made it up. Spoiler alert, we didn't. This is the tale of humans versus birds, and trust me, it's as crazy as it sounds. Buckle up, because we're headed to 1932 Australia for the Great Emu War. Yes, you heard that right, a war against emus. Picture this, post-World War I, Australia's trying to recover. The country's in a state of rebuilding and reorganization. Veterans, now farmers, are trying to grow wheat. They've been given land to farm, but it's not as easy as it sounds. Enter stage left, 20,000 emus, giant, flightless birds with an appetite for destruction. These birds are not just a minor inconvenience, they are a full-blown agricultural nightmare. They're not just eating the crops, they're trampling them, tearing down fences and basically being avian bulldozers in a china shop. Imagine trying to protect your livelihood from a horde of feathered vandals. The farmers, understandably miffed, appeal to the government for help. They need a solution, and fast. The government, feeling generous, or maybe just terrified of being outsmarted by birds, sends in the big guns. They decide to take drastic measures, literally. They deploy soldiers armed with Lewis machine guns to combat the feathered fiends. This was no ordinary pest control operation, you heard that right? The Australian military versus a bunch of emus. It sounds like the plot of a slapstick comedy, but it was very real and very serious. November 1932, the war begins. But this isn't your typical war. This is the Great Emu War, a bizarre chapter in Australian history that sounds almost too strange to be true. Soldiers head to Campion, Western Australia, ready for avian annihilation. They spot a mob of about 50 emus. Perfect target practice, right? Wrong. Emus, it turns out, are surprisingly good at warfare. They scatter, they dodge, they basically say, "Nice try, mates." These birds are not just running, they're executing tactical maneuvers that would make any military strategist proud. The soldiers open fire, managing to take down a few emus. A victory, not so fast. The surviving emus are now battle-hardened veterans, masters of guerrilla warfare. They melt into the bush, regroup, and launch sneak attacks on crops. The soldiers, meanwhile, are starting to feel a bit ridiculous. Imagine explaining this deployment to your mates at the pub. "Yeah, I'm fighting a war against birds." The emus, with their long legs and quick reflexes, seem almost invincible. The soldiers' frustration grows as they realize that these birds are not just pests. They're formidable opponents. The Great Emu War is turning into a farcical yet fascinating battle of wits and endurance. Undeterred by their initial failures, the Aussies decide to try a new tactic, hoping to turn the tide in their favor. They mount the powerful Lewis guns on trucks, figuring that with the added mobility they can finally outrun and outmaneuver the emus. However, this plan is also flawed. Emus may not be able to fly, but they are incredibly fast runners, reaching speeds of up to 50 kilometers per hour with ease. The trucks are bumping along the rough terrain, making it difficult for the soldiers to aim accurately. They're firing wildly, hoping to hit their elusive targets, and the emus, they're loving it. It's like a bizarre, deadly game of tag, with the emus effortlessly dodging the bullets and outpacing the soldiers. The emus are winning this strange battle. After a few weeks of this chaotic and exhausting chase, the soldiers are forced to retreat, realizing their efforts are in vain. They've fired thousands of rounds, expending a significant amount of ammunition, and yet they have achieved, well, not much at all. The emus remain out there, seemingly stronger and more numerous than ever before, undeterred by the soldiers' attempts to control them. The Great Emu War, round one, decisively goes to the birds, leaving the soldiers to ponder their next move in this unusual conflict. The military tails between their legs, or would it be wings, withdraws. The public is in hysterics. Newspapers are having a field day. Headlines scream about the Emu-vasion and the Great Emu victory. It's a PR nightmare for the Australian government and a testament to the sheer stubbornness of the emu. The emus, meanwhile, are living their best lives, feasting on wheat and becoming national icons. They even inspired a popular song, the Emu War song, which sadly we don't have time to sing for you today. So there you have it. The Great Emu War, a testament to the absurdity of human endeavor and the unexpected resilience of flightless birds. It's a story that reminds us that history is full of surprises, and sometimes those surprises involve losing a war to giant feathery dinosaurs. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales of historical hilarity. We'll be back next week with another deep dive into the annals of the unbelievably true. Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and whatever you do, don't underestimate the emu.